Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews today. I certainly do appreciate you stopping by. Guys, me and the other half did a trip down to a brewery. Me and two other my motorcycle riding friends went to this brewery a little over a week ago on the motorcycles. And I didn't have the capability to bring back some beers from the brewery. They were canning some beers and didn't have the ability to bring them back on the bike. So me and her went down there again this morning in the car, took a cooler with us with some ice in it, and had lunch while we were there. They have some awesome food there at Skull Camp Brewing. Let's get into it. I went back down there and picked up one of every can they had. They had like 12 different beers, 12 different, and so I got one of every beer that they had available in cans. So we're going to review all of them, and a lot of them are lower ABV session ales and stuff that I typically wouldn't purchase, but I'm trying to help these guys out. They're in Elkin, North Carolina, and of course I'm in Salem, Virginia, so it was a couple-hour trip each way. But it's a very, very nice facility. It's a huge facility, as a matter of fact. Tables inside and outside and upstairs, and very friendly people. A very nice place. So if you're in Elkin, North Carolina, you need to stop by and check these people out and have some lunch or dinner. Awesome food. I had the classic burger today, and she had what I had last time when me and the guys went down, and it was a brisket sandwich with jalapenos and beer cheese and all that on it. Very delicious. Very good food, guys. So we're going to be doing some of these Skull Camp beers. I actually did something that I've never done before. I went in. I got the list here from the brewery of their beers, and it tells you the name of the beer and what style it is and what the ABV is and what the IBUs are, and actually has the price of the cans on here. Very reasonable price beers. They're not gouging you, and they also have a lot of beers on tap, which is on this side. You can get pitchers, and they have growlers that they fill and all that stuff. So, very nice place. You need to check them out. Well, this first one we're going to start off with, this is Skull Camp's Beam Me Up. And they did one before called Beam Me Up Scotty, but this one is just plain Beam Me Up. And it is a Scottish ale, 4.5%, so it is a session beer. And here on the paper says 23 IBUs. I've noticed there is some conflicting information on this paper and on what some of the cans say. So whoever's typing this up, and it's even conflicting information from one side of the paper to the other. Well, what's on draft and what's in the can? So I don't know, guys. I can just read off the paper what they're saying it is. But if the can says something different, I'll tell you that. This one says 4.5% alcohol by volume, but I don't see IBUs on here. It does say it's 23 on the paper here. And I went in and added all these beers on this paper, all 12 of them, into Beer Advocate. I've never done that before. So I think a lot of them are already in Uncapped. So a lot more people are posting on Uncapped than they are Beer Advocate. So let's get on with this one. Over to Uncapped. They say it's a well-balanced and light with malty sweetness and caramel notes. In the picture that they're showing here, looks like it's some of these pictures look like they're from the brewery. People have taken pictures, I guess, while they're having them there. Because you can have these cans there too. or if you want something on draft, they'll do that too. So I'm not going to be taking pictures of the beer for either Uncapped or Beer Advocate. I just don't have time to do all of that. I'm just not going to. I probably do have the time. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, somebody else can do that. So, with that being said, and they have it at 4.7% on Untapped. The paper and the can both on this one say 4.5, and a lot of times that changes from batch to batch, guys. Y'all know that. This batch could be 4.5, and the last batch was 4.7. I mean, it is what it is when you're brewing. It could be off that like that. So, and that's it. And they told me that all 12 of these beers were canned within the last couple of weeks. So, very fresh beers. And some of them were canned last weekend. The real fancy artwork ones in there, I think, were canned last weekend, because I follow them on Facebook, and they posted those cans, the pictures of those cans. So they were done last weekend, so a week ago. So pretty fresh. I can't get stuff around here that fresh. I have to drive 2 hours to get it. All right, let's get on with it, guys. I've flapped my gums long enough. We are going to be reviewing 12 different beers over the next week or so. So this is a 12-ounce can. So Scottish ale. Alright, with that aggressive pour and that swirling of the bottom end of the can, that before about 2 fingers of head on that, guys. Over to the light, it is a reddish brown cola looking mahogany color up here, and a little bit thinner brown color down on the bottom there. Fairly clear. Now, the brewmaster, head brewer, or the owner, none of that was there, so I had to get a lot of information from one of the ladies there, but evidently they have the weekend off. Anyway, good looking beer, very nice. Head seems to be sticking around. Looks pretty good. What do you think? Let's find out. To the nose we go. Yep, smells like a red ale. I'm getting a little bit of caramel, toffee, a little bit of breadiness. Smells very typical of what a Scottish ale does. And this is a low ABV. Anything less than 5% to me, or less than 6% could be a session beer, but especially when it's less than 5%. So, smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Very smooth, very easy drinking. Same thing on the taste I was getting on the nose. A little bit of biscuity malt, some caramel, some toffee. Very easy drinking. Absolutely zero alcohol taste to me. Tasty. I mean, if your particular style is a Scottish ale, and you don't want to drink a 7 or 8% version of that, this would be pretty good. But you got to realize, a lot of people that do the craft beer reviews or comments on Untapped and Beer Advocate, unless it blows their hair back of the socks off, they're not going to be super impressed. So I'm going to try to do it as honest as I can for what it is. Like I said, I probably wouldn't purchase this beer again because of the ABV. I don't do session beers, so I can only have a couple a day. Y'all know that. I want to get the bang for my buck, but I wanted to buy at least one of everything they had while I was there and bring them back to review them for you guys. So let's do what we do. Let's go sip on this one. It's right out of the fridge, and we'll come back and give it a drink. Alright, guys, I'm back. I've been off for a little while. decent beer, guys. I'm put it just like it is. Not something I would probably purchase again because I don't buy these 4.5% beers. But I wanted to pick up everything, at least one of everything that they had available in the cans to review them. Pretty typical from what I'm tasting. It's a very sessionable Scotch ale. A good lawnmower beer, if you will, and I don't use that word in a derogatory manner. If you're out cutting the grass, or cutting wood, or shoveling snow, or whatever you're doing outside, or maybe even inside, it's a beer that you could have and go back to doing what you're doing and not be too inebriated. Be a good beer to have with a meal, where the beer is not overpowering whatever you're eating. So, it's a tasty beer, guys. It is. And I don't know if everything is sold out of the brewery. I didn't get to talk to the brewmaster or the owner or anything like that while I was there either time. If it leaves the brewery, it needs to have a date on it, guys. If everything's bought out of the brewery and they can tell you it was brewed last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, or whatever. But to me, guys, you know how I feel. There are a lot of breweries that sell straight out of the brewery and it doesn't go any distribution, beer stores or whatever, and they still take them. So I wish these guys would too. But it is what it is. Tasty beer, not outstanding or world class, but to me, once you start getting into the 7 or 8% Scotch ales, they have more taste. There's more malt to them. I'm getting more caramel and toffee on those beers than I do these lighter ABV beers. But that's just me. It's where my palate is after all the beers that I've had. So it all depends on where your palate is and what you want to drink. So, final chug. Very tasty beer. A little on the light side for me, but the caramel, toppiness, a little bit of bready malt, it's all there. It's decent beer, guys. It is. It's a good food pairing beer. I mean, especially if you're at the brewery and you don't want a beer that's overpowering the meal that you're having, or even at home. If you pick them up and take them home. A lot of people don't like a beer that's overpowering whatever they're eating. So, with that being said, guys, to me, A-. I'm going to give this a 90. So, and like I said, it wasn't even listed on Beer Advocate, and I added all these today when I got home. So I am going to put a rating on it, which I normally do not do, but we're going to try to help the brewery out and get some more beers listed there and get some ratings for them. So, over to Uncapped. They have 3.5. I think it's a little better than that. I mean, you got, like I said, unless it blows the hair back and the socks off on a lot of these people that review or comment on these beers, I'm trying to grade it for what it is. It's a decent Scotch ale, low ABV session Scotch ale. So, this is called Beam Me Up from Skull Camp Brewing. If you've had this, let me know what you think. Till we meet again. Let's go see what's in the fridge.